Hey yo, what is going on guys on YouTube? It is SimpleClay17 here, bringing guys a brand new Madden Mobile 21 video here on the channel. And today's video for you guys, we have a 3 million coin shopping spree in Madden Mobile 21. I've been really wanting to do one of these on the channel, for a very long time. I've been trying to plan one out at the right time and the right moment and all that, but I think right now, guys, with prices, going down and all that, decided, go ahead and do this shopping spree video for you guys. So anyways, guys, if you guys go on to enjoy today's shopping spree video, make sure to give a video a like down below, and make sure you guys are subscribed as well with those post notifications so you will get notified every single time I do upload a brand new video here on the channel. Just letting you guys know that I'm actually doing a voiceover, in this video because, unfortunately, I accidentally forgot to put my mic on in the last video I did. Well, this video I'm doing, but obviously I'm doing a voiceover, so that's why I'm counting as the last video. But as you guys can see, I have a bum squad, with all bronze offense, all bronze defense, and special teams we're not going to do in the shopping spree video, but as you guys can see that the Lamar Jackson, Bo Jackson, and then the Tyler Higbee, they're all there for just right now because, you have to be a 65 overall or higher and then level like 5 or higher in order to access the auction house. But anyways, guys, that's the reason why they're in right now. But anyways, as you guys can see that I'm trying to search up, some players that, I want to put in my lineup. So what I did, guys, is I actually am going to go on the cheap side and, go with 75 overalls. As you guys see, it's 80 overalls. But what my 3 million coins, guys, for 26 positions, because there's 12 on offense, 14 on defense, that basically equates to 115k per position if I were to get, all those, players and all that. But as you guys can see, I'm trying to look up all the elites, for the prices of 115k and all that. As you guys see, there's a bunch of Jordan Howards, Kiko Alonso's. There's some positions that really aren't expensive. The reason why I'm slowly scrolling is because there was a Saquon Barkley that, as I was making this video, he actually just sold and all that. So that kind of sucks right there. But anyways, as you guys can see right there, I'm gonna go 75 overalls for really cheap. I went with like around 60k and all that. But I actually decided to see if there's Team of the League offensive line, because I don't know if you guys know about this, but there has been with the Team of the League players. If you guys don't know about this, Team of the League players, they do go up 3 overalls as of right now, for straight a month. So, but after that month, they go down to their lower overalls and all that. So what they actually are. So like, let's say for example, there's a kicker that is an 80 overall. He's right now 83, but when a month is over, he'll go down to 80. So as you guys see, I'm trying to look up some positions here for offensive line. So I went with 40k or less for 75 overalls. And as you guys can see, there's a Joe Thuney right here, which I am going to pick up here in just a little bit. And then the Brandon Linder right there, the center. I got these guys for really cheap and all that, so that's why, because honestly, guys, offensive line doesn't really matter in this game and all that, so that's why I'm gonna go cheap O-line, then get some really good positions and all that. As you guys can see, my coin stack, I do have 35.35 mil. So basically, I would need to spend around 3 million coins and all that to make it a 3 million coin shopping spree, but as you guys see, I went up, a couple thousand coins. I actually decided to go ahead and get Joe Bitonio here because I do run vertical and all that, and he has 10 more power, so that's why, an extra 4k doesn't really matter, so I got him. And the offensive tackle, they're a little bit more expensive, but I got this Marcus Gilbert from the flashbacks because, everybody and their mother literally has his card, sitting on their bench or something like that, so that's why I picked him up. And then the last tackle is Greg Little right here for 54,000 coins. So there's the complete offensive line right there, which is pretty darn nice right there. So we're gonna put Marcus Gilbert, then we'll put Brandon Linder, and then we'll put in Joe Bitonio, then we'll put in Joe Thuney, and then last but not least on the offensive line is Greg Little. So there's our offensive line for really cheap. Got him for around 250k for that, so 7+ O-line. Next, I think I looked at wide receivers right here. Or no, running backs and fullbacks. So running backs and fullbacks are actually pretty cheap right now because there's this Jordan Howard card that literally, everybody got during the flashback promo. So I've won with, around good 100, like I think 10k 110,000 coins. So I got him for around 102,000 coins. So there's Jordan Howard right there. And then our last running back, fullback position, I went with a little bit, more expensive, 125K. So as you guys see again, as I talked in this earlier video, Saquon Barkley sold like literally right as I was making this video, so that kind of sucks. Because I kind of want to, get that card. There's a James Conner right there for 135,000 coins. So I decided to go ahead and pick him up right there. So we'll go ahead and put in Jordan Howard for Bo Jackson just for the sake of the video, and then we'll put in James Conner in the fullback because he's not really known for being a fast running back. So now I believe this right here, guys, is where I picked up wide receivers. Yes, I did. And I actually went with a little bit more expensive, I think 250K. And as you guys see, this Scotty Miller right here, this team weight that just came out today, he has 88 speed, 82 catch, and 91 excel. He's a speed demon, in real life because, the Bucs came all the way back against the Chargers, which is pretty cool. I was trying to scroll for, if there's any more receivers that I want, but I went with first off Scotty Miller. I went with under 200K. And I was able to pick him up for, a good 171,000 coins, and he just dropped, so that's pretty nice. So there's Scotty Miller right there. And then our next wide receiver that I was going to go with is, let's see right here. So it looks like, I don't know why I was stopping here and all that, but, oh yeah, I was going to go with another receiver. So I went with 81 overalls or higher for 200K. Unfortunately, there's none. But I did get to see 82, or I went with 83 overalls or higher. I didn't see any. Now 82s, there's a Kenny Stills, who's actually a really good budget beast card if you guys are looking for, a really good overall receiver to have on your lineup, and he's a really good budget beast. So right here, Kenny Stills, I got it for 147K right there, which is really nice because, he has 85 speed, 87 excel, and 85 catch, which is pretty darn nice. And then my next receiver that I was going to originally go with is, I went down 81 overalls. I see a DJ Chark right here who has 84 speed, which is good, but only 78 catch, which is kind of garbage. But there's the Deandre Hopkins from the Cardinals, so I actually want to try to see if I could pick him up for, pretty cheap, I guess, for a receiver. As you can see, I'm going under 154,000 coins right there. So I picked him up for, I think, 138,000 coins right there, which is pretty nice right there. I know it's 10 power, but honestly, I don't really care about power for the shopping spree as of right now in the point in the game. But as you can see, I'm comparing the stats, 84 speed, 86 excel, 78 catch. Hopkins has 82 speed, 81 excel, 81 catch. So we got our 3 wide receivers right here, which is pretty darn nice. So we put in Scotty Miller number 1. Then we put Kenny Stills in number 2. And then last but not least, we put DeAndre Hopkins at our flex receiver, which is pretty darn nice. Now, I actually do switch up my receivers and all that. So what I like to do, guys, is I like to throw to my flex receiver the most. And all that because I like to put my flex receiver at either the number 2 or number 3 flex wide receiver position. So that's why I put Scotty Miller there. And then Hopkins, I don't really throw to my number 1 receiver that much. So now I'm looking at quarterbacks. As you guys can see, there's a ton of Alex Smith. I don't know if you guys know about it, but like he is really going for nothing. So I went down 82s, maybe see if I could get some. There's a Patrick Mahomes who only has 80 throw power, 8 short, which is pretty garbage, honestly. Then there's Daniel Jones who has 86 throw power, which is very nice, and he's very loose in this right there. So I was really debating on who to go with, but I knew that Mahomes card's not good, and Jones, I mean, it's an 82 Jones. So I went with Alex Smith right here for, I think, 233,000 coins, which is pretty darn nice. So there's our quarterback right there, which is very nice. So Lamar Jackson is sitting on the bench right there. So yeah, there's our quarterback. And now I think my last position is a tight end. Yes, a tight end right here. And I already think I knew how I was going to get. It's the 81 Noah Fant card, which is, he's such a good card right there. I went with like 100. Was it 17K? And then as you guys can see right here, there's actually a 77K George Kittle right here, who has a little bit worse stats, but it does save me a lot of coins. So, 82 speed and George Kittle at 79. But, I went with George Kittle right there because he's, more cheaper and all that. So there's George Kittle right there. We'll place him for Tyler Higbee. And there's our complete offense, which is a 79 overall offense. You guys see my receivers, my running backs, backfield, tight end, and, 77 plus O-line. And now the scrummy defense. So now I think I went with defensive ends for my first positions to go with on defense. And unfortunately, that Everson Griffin did sold, as I was making this video and all that. So I looked to 135K. As you guys can see, I have a Chase Winovich option. We have 79 speed, which is good, and Cameron Jordan only has 66. So I was like, yeah, I'm definitely gonna go with Chase Winovich right here. And plus, it's an 81 overall. Like, why would I go with an 80 Cameron Jordan? Where I could go really cheaper and get an 81 Chase Winovich right there. And I actually did, try to turn on the silent mode because I accidentally had like the little clicking noise on my keyboard and all that, or my phone keyboard. So that's why I decided to do that right there. So I got Chase Winovich right there, and then I actually wanted to go with Myles Garrett right there for 113,000 coins, which is pretty darn nice. So as you guys see, I'm down to 34.06 mil right there. So I roughly have around like 1.5 mil to spend and all that. So next I go with D tackles. Now D tackles are really expensive, but I decided to go ahead and get this Devon Gotcha, I think that's how you say his name. Let me know guys know in the comment section below if I got that name right or anything like that. So now what I decided to go with is I actually wanted to go like a 78 plus D tackle because D tackles are really expensive. So I went with like 160K, there's none up. And then I went 77s, there's none up. And the 76s, there's some up. Now I got this Malik Jackson, right here for 66,000 coins and all that, which is pretty darn nice. So I know it's kind of weird to pick up a elite D tackle for really expensive and then just get a gold, cheap D tackle and all that. Because, I didn't really want to like, spend all my coins on defensive line and all that. So that's why I got Malik Jackson. So there's a defensive line right there. And next up, I think my next position is linebackers. And I went with 80 plus overall. And then there's the Bo Jackson right there, which is a really cool card, but I'm obviously not going to go for him. So I went with Kiko Alonso right here. Try to find cheapest one and all that. So I went with 110,000 coins. Scroll all the way back and I find one for, roughly around 80,000 coins right there, which is pretty darn nice. So there's one of our elite linebackers right there. Pretty darn nice. So next up, we're going to get probably another linebacker. And I was trying to like search around and see if I can maybe find more linebackers or anything, but I really haven't found any for, the price range of it. So I'm with a little bit more coins right there, and unfortunately I couldn't find any more 80 plus linebackers right there for 130 plus thousand coins, 130k plus, that's what I should say. But I keep scrolling, there's still none up. So I went with 150,000 coins, and I still haven't seen any, but there's a Kyle Van Noy and TJ Watt. So what I decided to do guys is I wanted to go ahead and pick all my teams right here. As you can see, I'm picking all the teams, except for the Miami Dolphins right here, because the Kiko Alonso's, pretty common and all that. And then I have some options here. So I was either going to go with TJ Watt, Darius Leonard, Dante Fowler, Khalil Mack. I actually decided to go ahead and get Dante Fowler because he has more power than all these other cards, and he's a little bit more cheaper. So I went to go ahead and pick up Dante Fowler right there. Pretty good linebacker from power play. And then next up, I decided to actually go with 2 mil linebackers right there. So, as you guys see, there's a Roquan Smith right there that's really cheap and all that. So I went with like 110k and under, and I got one for around 92,000 coins, which is pretty nice. And then the next one is, I actually decided to, see if I could find one, but I did eventually find one right here for, a really good 116,000 coins for CJ Mosley. So that's pretty darn nice right there. So I got my middle linebackers and linebackers. There's Dante Fowler, and then there is Roquan Smith, and then there's CJ Mosley right there at the 3-4 position right there. And next up, the last two positions I need are cornerbacks and safeties. So I could either gone with 3 cornerbacks, 3 safeties, or 2 safeties and 4 corners, or again I could gone with 4 safeties and 2 corners, but I decided to go with 4 corners and then 2 safeties. And as you guys see my coin stack, I'm kind of running low on a bit, so I have around like 800k to spend right there. So what I actually decided to do, guys, is I decided to get 2 elite corners and then everything else being gold safeties, pretty good safeties, for really cheap budget beasts. So I got James Bradbury and Jalen Ramsey right there for my 2 elite corners. And then I decided to go with safeties and all that. So I actually decided to go for roughly around like 90,000 coins, and there was definitely a lot up for under that. And then I see one for 55,000. I got this Malcolm Jenkins from the New Orleans Saints right there. So I got Malcolm Jenkins right there. So next I went with like 65K, and there still hasn't been any up right there. So, and again, I can't find any for 70K or under, so I went with 80K or under, and I was able to find 2 more safeties. So it was either Earl Thomas or Kevin Byard. And what I actually decided to do, guys, is look at the stats. Kevin Byard has 8 speed, Earl Thomas has 8 speed, and then Earl Thomas is better man and zone coverage, so I went with him, which is pretty nice. So I got our safeties right there. And then I wouldn't decide to go ahead and just look up random safeties and corners, and I would eventually scroll all the way to the back, and I found a Jaire Alexander right there for, really cheap, and it's a really good budget piece with 83 speed, which is a very good card right there. And then eventually my last card for shopping spree is this Marcus Peters, who also has 83 speed. So there's all the positions I had right there, which is pretty darn nice. So I went with the defense. Put in James Bradbury or Jalen Ramsey in the first corner, and then James Bradbury right there in second, and then Malcolm Jenkins in the first safety, and then Earl Thomas the third in the second safety, and then my I think this is the dime position or nickel position, I put Marcus Peters, and then my dime position I put Jaire Alexander. So that is basically the team right there, guys. That, as you guys see, the highlights are Alex Smith, Scotty Miller, some good elite wide receivers, and 77+ gold alignment right there, which is pretty darn nice. And all that. So, yeah, guys. The shopping spree, really wasn't that hard to build and all that. It's just the fact that I totally forgot to put in, my mic and all that, or turn it on and all that, which is kind of unfortunate. But I wanted to do a voice over, over the shopping spree and all that. But anyways, guys, if you guys go on to enjoy today's shopping spree video with 3 million coins invested into it, make sure to give the video a like down below, and make sure you guys are subscribed as well with those post notifications, so you will get notified every single time I do upload a brand new video here on the channel. Anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for watching the shopping spree video, and